Hi CHS, it's Monday, May 5th, 2014. I'm Alex.
And I'm Alexia.
And these are your afternoon announcements.
Cinco de Mayo party. Spanish Club is hosting a Cinco de Mayo party in room 336 after school tonight. Come eat and play games.
New senior scholarship available. Seniors, there is a new essay scholarship contest presented by the Omega Psi Pi fraternity. This contest is open to college-bound high school seniors who will attend a four-year college or university. The essay deadline is Friday, May 16th, and there is a $1,000 scholarship available. Stop by the counseling office for an application today.
Senior overdue books. Seniors, please check the media center window to see if you have any overdue library books or library fines. You will not receive your cap and gown until your account is cleared off.
Voter registration information. Independence Township will be available during the lunches today in the PAC hallway. They will have voter registration information and can register you to vote if you are eligible. Stop by if you are interested or would like to register. That's all for us, CHS. Have a great day.
Act of positive connection at a time with the experiment, Tommy Hickey.
Many cynical kicks religiously ridiculing us and thus restricting the expectation for my generation's success. Nonsense, for it is now our turn to prove that we can stand up for what we believe in, that we will take our narcissistic eyes off the television long enough to think for ourselves. You asked for it. Let's talk about what I believe in the best illustration I can conjure up. The scientists laid out this subject in a biosphere within the bounds of a universe, one mass, one organization of matter, and once injected with the curse of hunger for superiority, it begins to wonder. Additionally, once given the knowledge of its ability to separate, it evolves. This is a test timely to a minimalist schedule, and the goal has already been reached. Now we wait. The subject, completely unaware of its creator, yet completely compatible sooner than later, splits up for the lonesome reason that it can. Now, a newly polished they embarks on the exploration of its capabilities. One half soon discovers a tangible object. Shiny and fragile, this resource guides the invention of territory. This half declares itself superior to the other due to this now sought-after matter. They kept fighting over this sacred, traded, cursed symbol of affluence, of authority, of superiority, of currency. The goal is almost touched. The splitting continues. The biosphere is now covered in tiny fractions of a once full beauty. They move farther and farther apart, building walled fortresses as opposed to warm open homes. The goal hasn't been reached yet. The subject fractions begin debating the point of their existence. Stories of their creators arise. Inevitably, wars slaughter numerous fractions of this population. They travel to create distance from their foes, yet they wanted to gain followers for their beliefs through fear, bribery, and brainwashing. The goal is within sight. The scientist's cigarette furiously burns in an attempt to settle his heart, to bring peace to his anxieties. Will they figure it out? They will, right? They have to. The subject fractions continue to evolve. They supposedly function in complete separate nations now, growing, fattening, expanding, cutting ties. They begin beating their chests in self-proclaimed triumph over unspoken battles, being better than one another, being better than their past selves, creating the same products in separate groups, competition. Having the same idea for who their creator is, but with different names. They called it Allah, Christ, Jesus, Zen, God, Vishnu, that they could never just settle on the name love, knowing that love was the energy that brought them together, the energy that gravitated them towards one another, the one energy that gave them the instinct to reproduce, to care, to hold, to commit. It just stayed a symbolic word for cheap relationships. The goal is barely in sight. The scientist's cigarette continues to form a faint glow. Sweat now pouring from his brow and drips off the tip of his nose. Different languages, more vehicles, longer distances, letters, the telegraph, telephones, televisions, computers, touchscreens, artificial intelligence. Is communication really progress or the world's largest excuse? A reason for us not to meet face to face, a reason for us to refuse to be real people. I think the goal is out there somewhere. Anything you can do, I can do better. My horse is bigger than yours. My business is more successful. I'm more savvy. I'm more proficient. I'm more efficient. Louder, bigger, taller. Harder, better, faster. Win! You have to make 6 figures to live this comfortably. To live this comfortably? I sit in my room comfortably, listening to this. Comfortably. I am not good enough. Comfortably. Success. I stand up under the warm water. I look at myself, and I realize I don't need a mansion or material worth. So press your fingers to your necks, my fellow fractions. Find your pulse, my fellow lovers of one another. Now press inward on the straining skin. Hold it in! Hold it! Now let your blood slow down and watch the colors haze. Let the sounds blend together in a daze. You will drop to your weak knees. But hey, that won't faze you. The goal is gone. They can't see it. The scientist let out a sigh and a puff of smoke. A sudden raspy cough then burst from his lungs. Hack after hack, tracking back with the subject fractions lack. He gave his chest a smack and muttered that he should quit. He put out his cigarette and let off a swift hiss. I felt tired of viewing all of this elongated heaving of my thoughts. I decided that thoughtless agreeing was no longer to be a part of my beliefs. I thought that I would take time to myself, so I laid flat on my back and took a nap. Snap! I'm drifting. Snap! I'm falling. Floating. Snap! Nap! Nap! Tapping, tribal drums. I feel tapping on my skin like rain, tapping on my forehead and my shin, but I don't get up. I hear the rhythm getting closer. I feel the tapping getting heavier. It was overwhelmingly true now. For once in my life, I was the instrument being played. Everyone and everything has and is the same energy. We are one. The truth could not be more real. I look at the world and I see something broken. But what do I believe? I believe that as long as I know that I am of the same worth as anyone or anything that I can sense, and you realize our unity, everyone's unity, then we are free. Thank you.